All right, guys, we're back, and we have everything. We just knocked our cam bearing in. We had to go over the part number again because it wasn't looking right. Yeah, because the cam bearing went right through, and then we were like, oh wait, yeah, no, that is.
Cry from the hammer it in when we just pushed through. So they didn't pack the order right in the bearings.
All right. We got it seated. So we still got a little while to go, guys. So I'll see you guys when we got that in. One light one.
No, I have to hit it that hard just to
No,
move it.
you're good.
All right.
All right. Oh, that came out like fuck. All right, guys, I'm gonna go over some filming. So when you get cam bearings for your vehicle, motor or not, no matter what they give you, always double check this number of the contents, because that is what we did wrong. They didn't necessarily send us the wrong parts, but you see how it shows this one is going to be that part number, this one, that part number, etc. Well, that was wrong. We were using a or you can't see it, but this says FP 2023 DR, position 3 and 4. It shot right through the back, and we were like, whoa. And we watched the video on see if we did something wrong or if we ordered the wrong part. We did not. Our problem was we didn't double check the part number. Something I decided to do, but I got lackadaisical. And you can see for number 4 and number 3 right here. So always double check. I know that's sometimes normally a given, but me personally, I got excited. I wanted to, although I thought I was taking my time, I could have done a little more. So double check. Always make sure your part number's right and that it's going in the right way, because instead we could have just decided to ship these back and something wouldn't have been right. We would have got another one, waited so much longer, and had the same problem. Because this bearing was thicker on the outside, it fit perfectly. So guys, always double check. I'm done blabbling, and I'll see you guys when we have these other bearings in. Peace. All right, guys, we're on a final bearing for the cam.
That rod down a little.
Yep.
Yeah, there it goes.
Beautiful. And there you go, folks. Let's hope it works. All right, guys. Here you go. Best packaging I've ever seen. Most protective I've ever seen on any part. I'm talking, they did everything to make sure that this cam was in good shape. We oiled it up a couple days back. And you can see just how sticky that is. We got this nice and oiled up. All the bearings went in nice. So add a couple of ponies. It's nothing crazy. And it'll still be street legal. So let's see how this goes in. It shouldn't fight us at all. So hopefully just guides right in. So we get our tools out the way. And like let's hope this works. And make sure she's nice. And we got nothing to worry about. Never have too much lube with these. Doesn't hurt the motor. And we're even going to soak our lifters for 24 to 28 hours. Make sure that's nice. And okay guys, we had to give her a little couple fist pumps, but she's going in beautifully. Oh my. Now guys, that is how you know you did it right. Beautiful. If you want to get an angle right here, that would be right there. Beautiful.
That other one as centered as you think you can get it. Keep that centered as much as you can. Okay? Now, same difference, same thing.
Okay. Here is where it gets. So down here, we're putting in crank bearings in the block. I don't know if you can see this, but Dad's gonna pass me the phone and I'll show you guys. So up here, that's what they look like. They're fitting beautifully. We're gonna save this one over here last. But this is what our crank bearing looks like. Now, as you can see, there's no assembly lube. Now, the reason you don't put lube on the back of these bearings or up here in the block by the journals is because you do not want... Oh, that's good. We got that out. There's actually a chunk of metal from our bearing that the 2+2 didn't get out. That right there is this little tab. So we're gonna wipe that off. Forget about it. Now, like I said, the reason we don't put oil or assembly lube here is because if we do that, there's a higher probability of spinning a bearing upon startup. Now, either way, if it's done right, you shouldn't have to worry about it. But you don't want oil in there because, you know, you don't want another chance. So we're pressing that in. And you want to go here first, have that touch, and then slide it into the slot. Because if you try to do it the other way, it's not going to go in, and you're going to be like, what the hell? So, we got this bearing in. It's flush. As flush as we can get it, and there you go. Your crank bearing is now in your block. Now, when we go to put the crank in, when these are all in, you put oil or assembly lube in here. And no matter what you do, don't spin the crank until everything is put back together, because you might or will mess something up. Another thing, make sure that the caps are level with the step down, because if it's not, you'll crush it here, you'll mess up your cap, and you'll never get a good seal. Yeah, you could probably put it back together. Yeah, might work. But do you really want to take that chance? No. As you can see, we got a cam up here looking beautiful. I don't see any lips by the bearings like they came out or anything. So everything's good. And now I am done babbling, and we're going to get the rest of these bearings in, and I'll see you back when that is done. We did it though, and we got the crank up. And Christopher, if you watch this, thank you so much for all you've helped us with, because we wouldn't have been able to get this up. And it's in. Time to torque them, boys. So we have this And I can see where it hit itself too. You gotta be kidding. Okay, guys. Time to torque it. I have a little step down. It's gonna go here. And we have our 18 millimeter or a 16 millimeter socket. Definitely not supposed to be doing this, but we got outer caps and inner caps. One is 65 feet and one is 70. I'm gonna show you a clip when we are down there. I don't know how much good video or any video I'm gonna get of this, but we're gonna try. I don't know what y'all can see right now, but we're gonna set the torque wrench to 70. Alright guys, we're back. A little bit of a problem. Our connecting rods, we are running into 2 of them so far. They're starting to clamp onto the crank, which means we either A, have a warped rod, which is ovaled out from heat, causing it to not seal properly. B, we have bearings in there that are too thick. Or C, the crank might have been machined a very, very, very minute amount, causing us to start to clamp on it, because we're only running into problems when we start to torque it. We looked to make sure that our bearings were flush. They were flush. We talked to a bunch of our Master Tech friends. I talked to my teacher about it because I'm in schooling for automotive and diesel technology. Currently certified for engine performance and A6 electrical. Going to be taking more courses on that down the road, recertifying, stuff like that. But all of my buddies, my dad, all of my dad's buddies, and even people that in forums and people that have the same problem are all pointing to get thinner bearings or bring it to a machine shop, which would be necessary if something even worse was wrong. So we're going to throw some oversized bearings, which means they're for an oversized crank. In short, oversized bearings are going to be thinner, undersized are going to be thicker. So I bought 2 1/2 millimeter oversized, which means each bearing is a 1/2 millimeter thinner than stock. That should more than likely be the solve to our culprit problem. And I will see you guys when the bearings come here after we install them, because there's just so much going on right now. In short, everything's still going smooth. All the other bearings went in perfectly. The crank spins over beautifully. There's no hang-ups other than obviously the bearings, but we have those ordered up and they will be here within the next couple of days. So I will be back to you guys in a video within the next week on this thing, hopefully getting fully put back together. So peace out.